Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving into a book that's been making some serious waves in the dating world.
Ooh, exciting.
It is. Mimi Tanner's Don't Call Him has apparently sold over 15,000 copies.
Wow.
So we're going to take a deep dive and see what all the buzz is about.
Sounds good.
And, let's be honest for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't we all been there staring at our phones, just agonizing over whether or not to send that text?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Should I text first? Did I come on too strong?
It's like the universal dating dilemma these days.
Exactly.
Mm.
And that's exactly what Mimi Tanner taps into right from the get-go.
Right off the bat, she captures those anxieties we all feel.
Yeah. And the fear of appearing too eager,
Oh, yeah.
which is something I think a lot of people can relate to. And then she goes on to introduce us to this couple, Carly and Jack.
Oh, yes, I remember them.
And this is where things get really interesting.
Carly and Jack's story is a great example of how even something as simple as a daily good morning text
Right.
can actually backfire in the dating game.
And on the surface, it seems so harmless.
Right. Totally. It seems thoughtful, even.
You're just trying to be nice.
Exactly. But Mimi Tanner explains how it can unintentionally shift the power dynamic
Yeah.
in the relationship.
And this is what I found so fascinating, because she talks about how men might actually feel less challenged
Oh, absolutely.
when the woman is the one constantly pursuing.
Interesting.
Which makes you think maybe those old school dating rules about men making the first move,
Yeah.
maybe they actually have some psychological basis.
I think so. It all comes down to this idea of power dynamics, like
Right.
who's holding the reins in the dating game.
Exactly. And traditionally it's been the man's role to kind of lead the way.
Right.
But Mimi Tanner really flips the script.
She does.
She argues that by letting the man take the lead in communication, women actually reclaim their power
Yes.
and become more desirable in the process.
So Mimi Tanner is not just some random person giving advice. She's got multiple books and advice columns. She's a real authority in the dating world.
She is.
And her main point is this. Women have the upper hand when they cultivate an air of mystery
Yes.
and let men do the chasing.
It's a really interesting concept.
It is. And the best part is she doesn't just tell you to do it.
Right.
She actually lays out a plan for how to do it.
That's great.
She offers practical advice for dealing with all those tricky situations everyone runs into in the dating world.
Everyone.
So Don't Call Him really digs into those everyday dating dilemmas we all face.
Yes.
Like, what about decoding men's texting habits?
Oh my guess.
You know, when you get that one-word response and you're just left wondering, what does that even mean?
Exactly. And the book really breaks down
It does.
everything, like from how to interpret those cryptic texts to whether or not you should call back after a date.
Oh, and what about...
It even covers online communication, like what to do when you see he's online,
Oh, yeah.
but hasn't messaged you.
It's like those little things that can just drive you crazy.
I know, and make you question everything.
Exactly.
But Tanner gives you a clear path forward, like how to stay composed
Right.
and avoid those actions that might make you seem too eager.
Because you don't want to scare them off.
No.
Yeah.
And one section I found particularly helpful was about birthdays
Oh,
and
yeah.
how to handle those long periods of silence.
That's a tough one.
Because it's so easy to overthink those situations.
It is.
But her approach is all about staying grounded in your self-worth
I like that.
and not chasing after someone who isn't reciprocating your feelings.
Yeah. It's about shifting the focus to creating a dynamic
Right.
where he actually feels compelled to pursue you
Yes.
rather than the other way around.
It's brilliant. And, the book is packed with examples
Oh, it is.
and testimonials from women who've actually used Tanner's advice
Yeah.
and seen amazing results in their dating lives.
That's one of the things that makes it so convincing.
It is.
It's not just theory. It's based on real life experiences.
Exactly. Like there's this one woman, Rachel from Toronto,
Oh, yeah. I remember her story.
and she talks about how she almost ruined a promising connection
Wow.
by texting and calling too soon.
Oh, no.
But after reading Don't Call Him, she made a few adjustments
yeah.
and saw a huge difference.
It's amazing how those small changes
I know.
can make such a big impact.
And I love that she actually read the book 3 times
Oh, wow.
just to make sure she really absorbed everything.
That's dedication.
It shows how committed she was to transforming her dating life.
It does. And it's not just individual success stories either.
Right.
The book also includes praise from other relationship experts
Really?
who commend Tanner on her ability to break down these complex relationship dynamics into really practical steps.
Which is so important because it's not about playing games.
Right.
It's about understanding the psychology of attraction
Yeah.
and creating a dynamic that leads to genuine connection.
Exactly. And for those who want even more than just the book itself,
Yeah.
Mimi Tanner also offers some amazing bonuses.
Oh, really? Like what?
The Don't Call Him package includes a Texting Men Genius guide
Oh, wow.
and a quick start guide.
It's like having a dating coach right there in your pocket.
Exactly. It's a great way to really reinforce the
Right.
key takeaways and have that extra support
Yeah.
as you're navigating the dating world.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Don't Call Him Hey, it seems like Mimi Tanner offers a really fresh perspective on dating.
She does.
One that empowers women to kind of step into their worth and attract the relationships they deserve.
Exactly. It's about recognizing your value.
Yeah, and the book gives you this framework for understanding
It does.
the unspoken rules of dating communication.
Those unwritten rules that everyone seems to know except you.
Right, and it empowers you to make choices that align with your goals.
Yes. It's about taking control of your dating life.
It's like she's saying you are amazing and you don't need to chase anyone.
Let them come to you.
Exactly. And by adopting that mindset, you not only increase your chances of finding a great partner,
Right.
but you also build that confidence and self-respect.
It's just so important.
So important for any healthy relationship.
Absolutely.
Don't call him. Definitely gives you a lot to think about.
It does.
It challenges those traditional dating norms
Yeah.
and encourages you to really examine your own communication patterns.
It makes you question those assumptions we often have about dating.
Yes. And it makes you wonder, has there ever been a time when not calling someone actually made them more interested?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It is something to think about.
It is.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, because we often think that constant communication is key.
Right. Like you have to keep the momentum going.
Exactly. But sometimes a little space can actually be a good thing.
Interesting.
It lets that anticipation build
Right.
and gives the other person a chance to actually miss you.
That's a really great point.
So yeah, don't call him. Definitely gives you a lot to ponder.
It does.
Yeah.
And we encourage you to check out the show notes for a link to the book if you're ready to explore Mimi Tanner's advice further.
It's a fascinating read for sure.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
It flew by.
I know. But thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Don't Call Him.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.
And until next time, happy dating, everyone.